Hey guys, my name is Jasmine Hill and I was assigned to do Module 11. Module 11 has to deal with informative and persuasive speaking. For my presentation, I decided to do the concept of propositions of value. Propositions of value have to deal with people's ethics or their morals. It has to deal with saying something is either right or something is wrong or something is bad or good. It basically just presents two sides, like saying there's only two sides to one thing when that's not necessarily the case, as you know, things are a lot more complicated today than they have ever been. So I believe I recently encountered someone who used propositions of value. In my public speaking class, we had to do a speech on persuasion, and this girl started off her speech asking who liked dogs. And I'm not gonna say I don't like dogs, I do like dogs, but I have to get to know them. I'm a short person, so dogs like to jump on me, and I'm not really fond of that. So I didn't raise my hand, and she kind of started like saying, if you don't like dogs, then that's bad, or that's a bad thing that you don't like dogs, and you should like dogs because dogs are great. And I do believe dogs are great, but no, I'm not going to run up to the first dog I see because I don't know if it's gonna jump on me. And she just started like attacking um, people who didn't like dogs and saying, if you don't like dogs, there's something wrong with you. Now that I have discussed this experience, I will now make inferences. I inferencize that with propositions of value, we have to be very careful because it can get kind of tricky when someone is telling you that there's only two sides to one thing. I don't think you can always rely on that because things in life are very complicated and there is no, oh, this is good and that is bad. It's kind of a gray area in between the two. And that's kind of what I learned from this situation. I also learned that with this, you can make others feel kind of unworthy because it's like, you're telling them if you don't believe what I believe, then you're wrong. And you should believe it because that is wrong. Now that I have made some inferences, I will discuss how these can be transferred into other situations. I believe with knowing that there's a gray area between things in life, we can make the conscious decision to not just follow someone blindly because they say, that's wrong. You should do your own research. People don't like to do that nowadays, and I think that is something that we should all be striving to do. Find our own information and decide for ourselves what we believe and not what others are telling us, because there's a lot of gray areas and a lot of things in life. In conclusion, our text defines propositions of value as focus on persuading audience members that something is good or bad, right or wrong, or desirable or undesirable. I think that with knowing that, we can not just blindly follow someone else's statements or their opinions just to, fit in or not be wrong or right, or because they said that this one thing is wrong or bad. You can make your own decisions. So, why does this matter? I think this matters because we live in a digital age where we can get information at the tip of our fingers, and it's okay to do that. Sometimes you can't just blindly follow someone, and I think that when knowing that someone is trying to persuade you that something is either bad or something is good, you can use your knowledge or your phone to make your own decisions. To end my presentation, I would like to caution you on blindly following someone who leads you to believe that there is only two sides to something. Thank you.